light. Jamil. Recording. Okay, we are back again, and this is our 6th Starbody Activation 7-day retreat lecture series, and I have Elitam Elamine and Athena Starseed, and we are coming to you, and we are so excited about what we're about to embark on, because each time we go into the lecture series, we're just educating our bodies, our mind, and our souls to be prepared to go to the next level. So I want to just pray us in, and then I will turn it over to you, Elitam.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so everybody take a nice deep breath. Inhale. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light return to earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men and women. May the Christ consciousness return to earth. In the center, where the will of God is known, let the center guide the little wills of men and women, the center which the masters know and serve, and may it seal the door where doubt dwells. May the plan of love, light, and power restore heaven on earth. Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, Raphael, Father Sky, Mother Earth, from the point of light that connects us all, please be here in this sacred circle of light and allow us to be a clear channel for all involved. Amen and amen.
Amen. All right. Good to see you once again.
Thank you. It's such an honor.
And we got this wonderful retreat coming up. And I've been doing a lot of interviews here lately. I'm in sunny Florida. This energy is just so beautiful here. And as I'm teaching people, it's more than just eating or not eating. It's really going into the deeper levels of consciousness that we all have access to. But when we use that word, what does that mean? That we are truly connected to everything. And when a person starts coming into this awareness or realization, that knowing right there changes your whole life to really exercise it. Because consciousness is fundamental. It's the final frontier. And even your scientists in your medical field, all of them are going into the consciousness arena now, dealing with the quantum physics and going even deeper on what's the glue that holds everything together. Everything is connected. So everybody's there now on their research, going into this fundamental thing that connects everything. And the Breatharian journey coming out at this time and is gaining so much strength, it was already there in the beginning. It's just resurrecting itself to let people know without a shadow of a doubt, you are connected to everything, so you can start exercising it now. And this is what this Pranic Starbody retreat is all about. So you can have that experience. And once you have an experience, it stick with you for the rest of your life. It's like a jack in a box. You can't put it down.
This is amazing because so many people are ready to engage at the next layer, And like what we know is that God lives within us. The light is always present. And the layers that cover the light are what we want to remove. So we're not really trying to get anywhere or change anything. We're trying to reveal something. And so by
Right.
taking off of those coat of many colors, we can reveal higher states of consciousness and light.
Oh, absolutely. And then when you're looking at life itself, okay, you got these cosmic energies, whatever name you want to give it, but we also dealing with this self-knowledge. That's what we must have. Because whether if you live in a 30-foot house or a 3,000-foot house, if you're alone, you're still alone. You understand? So to really get this awareness really does make a difference, because there's these things we live in, like for number one, sunlight. It doesn't cost money at all to really enjoy the sunlight that's here for everybody that we're living in. And when I mean by sunlight, you're living at on a electromagnetic field of the sun, no matter where you at. And when you are happy, truly happy, and know how to utilize the energy from it that's already affecting us, that's free. Then rest instead of stressing yourself out, because that's another thing that people got to learn to do. Live these lifestyles where you start going into the wave, going into the flow, because that's how energy loves to move. Then that exercise, to really love it, to move the body, because it's designed to move. And the thing about this breatharian knowledge, this pranic knowledge, and I like how we're teaching now, it's not about eating or not eating or eating. First, you got to learn to eat before you start becoming food free. This is the whole concept now. In other words, we're in an age now where there's an energy quotient that's in foods. There's some foods that are higher energetically than others. And going back to exercise, if you're eating, you need to exercise. And once you start balancing this out and your health start improving, you are kind of guaranteed to enjoy life. Then your self-confidence automatically goes up. And then building these good friendships that gives nourishment. Try to keep the peace in everything you do. That's nourishment. And that also brings forth laughter. And when you got the totality of this is what we're talking about this energy that you can live every day, and it's all free.
So it's important to take time out to invest in ourselves and educate ourselves so that we know how to be completely liberated and food free. And so wherever anybody's at, whether they're leaving a meat diet or they're going into vegetarianism or they're going into veganism or they're going into raw food or they're going into a libertarian or totally vegetarian, we're all on a process. And you can sit in this lecture series for 7 days, and Elio Tom Elamine can take us any level that we're at. So it's not
right.
Come all or nothing. People are not going to just be deprived of food the entire time. They're going to come and they're going to listen to the lectures, and they're going to little by little realize where they're at, and they're going to let go of the next step so that they can, let's say, go into the waters a little deeper and a little deeper. Because as you said, this is a lifetime process. This isn't just like 7 days and you've changed everything.
Oh, absolutely. And see, this is the good thing about it. The energy that's in all of us, it wants to grow. It wants to develop. So if that energy is tapping on you right now saying, let's do the tweak and let's go to this other level, do it. This is a good journey to be on. I'm so glad I took it. There's no way in the world I could go back. It's sort of like you're taking a Breatharian blue pill. You can't go back now. You came too far. And as you keep on developing and growing, consciousness keep expanding. It keeps opening up as you go on this journey. See, this journey is so wonderful. This is for the big boys and big girls, I call it. Right. You're true spiritual warriors. I mean, if you want a challenge in life, this is it right here. Instead of just being stagnant, because like I said, energy loves to move. The universe is user-friendly. And you'd be surprised how the information that you need at the time on the level you at is there for you.
So I was listening to The Law of One, which is a channeling by Ra. And, in
Right.
Egypt, Ra is the sun god and the light, and it's personified into this celestial body, which is what we are. We're celestial bodies. We're the ancestors and the children of the stars. And as
Right.
that, we become brighter and brighter and brighter when we let go of our littleness and our separateness. And when we're eating low density foods and doing low density behaviors and making up low density consciousness, we start grounding ourselves, and we feel trapped and we feel separate and we feel like we're suffering. So to be part of this oneness and to see everything as a part of ourselves and see the universe is user friendly, we do have to lighten our load.
Oh, absolutely. Because there's not enough negativity around that can keep you from the light. And I just did a retreat here in Florida, and every morning you should see everybody's body just transforming and making these changes as it keep breaking through. And as soon as we start moving your consciousness, people start making that connection. Before we started and after we started meditation, I feel different. I'm thinking different because you are consciousness. See, this consciousness we're talking about isn't invisible at all. We are it. So when you start moving it, like you said, going from the lower density foods and start seeing these changes, then it's all about staying consistent. So one thing about these 7 days on the retreat, you'll be working with this all day, all throughout the day, working with your own consciousness, seeing these changes take place. That's what self-realization is all about. I can tell you anything. You can look at all the YouTube videos, all you want, sitting there trying to make decisions, but that's not what it's all about. The next step is you putting yourself into action, watching your consciousness grow. This is what it's all about.
And I'm so excited too, because we've got a nice full group for our first retreat. We can probably take one or two more, but we have a couple people that wanted us to open up a second retreat 1 week later. And I'm really excited to announce we're going to do it. It's going to be the 25th of November. All
Yes.
through the week of Thanksgiving, which is very thankful because the people that don't want to socialize around food for that holiday, we can make our own ritual with gratitude, and we'll end on December the 1st. So if you could make the first week from the 11th to the 18th, possibly I'll put a link below. You can look at the Facebook page. We've added a second retreat, which is going to be the 25th of November through December 1st. And you're not going to have to worry about explaining to your family why you can't eat the regular traditional low density food tradition.
Right. And that's a wonderful idea you made, because I remember years ago when these holidays came up, especially Thanksgiving, there was people actually staying at home all alone because they didn't want to be around that type of food. So like you said, to make that ritual where like minds get together, this will be awesome. I'm looking forward to that right there. Oh my gosh. Wonderful idea.
I think we should do it every year. You know why? Because I've always wanted to rewrite this holiday. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
I don't like that they I nothing against anybody else, but I don't like that on a certain day we kill a lot of birds. So that's the first thing. The second thing is it's really about gratitude. It was about sharing, the Native Americans sharing their food and sharing their corn, and humans sharing their gifts and sharing our gratitude. So if we can do Qigong and Tai Chi and make it a whole week of gratitude, then our retreat is going to be exponentially helping the planet ascend, because we're going to be shining our light out to the universe.
Oh, absolutely. And this is going to be so good. Like you said, changing tradition. That's what we do because we're creators. Somebody got to do it, and this is a great start of it. I'm looking so forward to this. Oh my gosh. So keep in mind the 2 retreats back to back. And you can even go to both of them if you want the great 14-day experience. That's what it's all about. See, sometimes you got to take these chances and just let go. And that's what I did on my journey. I stopped questioning it. I stopped looking at the other things I can been doing in life or was already doing the same routine. And once I decided to do something different, that's what changed my whole life, and just let go. But to work on yourself, go into your inward man or your inward woman, that's what it's all about. And when you see this power come out, you will stay there and you're excited to see what will happen next. This is awesome.
You know, I love looking at nature, and I look at how nature is participatory and it encourages itself. You know, like the trees drop the fruit and the leaves and then feed the animals and feed the earth and feed the roots and then grow up and then feed oxygen and then we have an exchange. And so this participatory, co-creative life force that wants to continue to flow from you to us and then back to the universe, and we go back to our families and we enrich our communities with more light. We have the ability to hold more space for people that are more in a low density field, that are more traumatic, if we have our own light there, self-sustaining and self-generating.
Absolutely. And everything you're saying, see, we've been hearing these terms, but we are biophoton beings. Bio means light, life, and photon means light. We are literally that. We cast off our own light. So all you're doing is learning how to cultivate your own light, you understand, to nourish other things. We already had this relationship with nature every time we breathe in and breathe out. We're always connected. You're never disconnected. I don't care what your situation look like. That's why I said there's no negativity in the world that can disconnect you from this force. We're born into it. So again, it's all about awareness. It's all about perception. And the reason why I'm food free, because by perception, I believe it. I'm always connected. It's okay. This is awesome once again.
You know, when I think of the Celestine Prophecy, it's a film, I'll put a link at the bottom here, that we go from, you know, they say, you know, from the water creatures to the land creatures to the human creatures, and our neocortex develops if you believe in evolution. But then what? And now if you look at nature, we look at the frogs turning from a little fish underneath the water like a pollywog to metamorphosizing into a land creature that can hop. And also to a dragonfly. Right. A dragonfly starts as a water creature and then goes into the air. And a butterfly starts as a crawly creature on the earth and goes into an air flying. So what about us? Don't you think that the heavens and the earth wanted us to also to evolve and have a metamorphosis?
Oh my gosh, you're right. See, this is what the ancients was talking about in all the spiritual religions, was this transformation. See, our growth just didn't stop. Oh, when I turned 21 years old, I'm grown. No, it keeps going and going and going. And I am so happy right now as I'm running around right now. I am healthy. I can actually say that out of my mouth. No aches and pains in the body. And this is due to the Breatharian journey. When I came into this awareness and knew that I can do something with my total being, the way I think, my body, this is the greatest journey and I love it. You sleep less, you got more energy, you got more thoughts, and you feel good. This is what it's all about, and it's free. Again, it's just a perception of an awareness that this is my light and it's my job to let my light shine amongst men. Always.
In all ways, always, in all ways. You know, there's so many of us out there that have suffered emotionally and suffered physically and are constantly suffering mentally. Like I have clients that are calling me that are going through breakups with relationships or loss of job or someone's house burned down. We had a lot of people burn their houses burned down in Malibu. And your mind can't stop running over the past and the past and the past and the past. And when you live on light, you can empty that. You can put that in the trash can, delete those files in the hard drive, and then start uploading light and more of what is really true, which is the universe is love. Everything is oneness. And that's why the laws of Ra and the channelings of Ra were like, we are all one. Now, can you see that if you're depressed, upset, and rerunning the past? You're like driving, looking in the rearview mirror. You're going to get into an accident. And that's suffering, self-induced. So how can we put our priorities in alignment, in and up, doing the Qigong, changing our energy system? Energy begets energy. Then changing the way, instead of going to food or going to the phone and going to the computer and zoning out, but zone in. Zone in.
Oh, absolutely. Right. And you know what? Being on this journey, you said the key words. It is so easy to detach from lower frequency energies. See, when you're dense and you don't know this knowledge, it's tough. We got those old sayings, you know, waking up on the wrong side of the bed. When it rains, it pours, all this other stuff. Now, of course, living in this realm, you do go through things that other people go through, but by having a different consciousness and perception, it's easy to detach from it, and you're still smiling, and you're making a new way, and you see the new way you're supposed to go, and people scratching their head like, wow, this person is really, that's spiritual growth right there. You're going from a baby spiritual level to an adult spiritual level. Because all the ancients are saying again, this is just an illusion.
Right.
Have the experience, but don't let the experience overtake you. That's bad for your health.
It is bad for your health. It's like sitting in a movie theater and watching a crappy film again and again and again. I mean, like some people want to look at that horror film and they wonder why they're scared and freaked out and stressed out in this lower bandwidth. And if we say, you know what? We're in charge of what programs we put in, what movies we watch, because consciousness wants to bring up the density. It's its natural evolution. Like you said, Kundalini naturally wants to go up. Heat rises.
Right. Absolutely. All the time. So that's why this knowledge is so important for people to learn it. And once they learn it, there's always good feedback. Never no negative feedback. A person, even if they never meditated before, they say, I got it now. I can feel my own energy. This is beautiful. This is what it's all about. And then it's in your own hands from there to cultivate it, to grow it. And now listen to what I'm about to say. It's one thing to become expanded and unlimited, but then you'll find out that it's also okay to be limited also. Right. There's times we make ourselves blind, but you know it. You want to have an experience. See, right. You are the creator of your life, just like making a cake. All the time, you can always add or take away. This is awesome.
And I think that's what Buddha or Siddhartha was after, is to end suffering, because now when you're at cause and you know you're watching the movie, you can participate in your sadness. You can participate in your lower density vibrations. Oh, there I am feeling jealous. There I am feeling sad. There I am feeling fearful. There I am feeling scared. And then you can take your breath back and generate that chi and realize you do have power over your own reality with your breath, connecting to the breath.
This is so awesome. And see, this is what it's about again. All human beings, no matter where you at, where you live on the planet, we're looking for a happy life, a good life, a life that has meaning. And this is what this journey is all about. You're going deeper into the core of yourself like never before. And I'm so glad this knowledge has resurrected itself, because that's what we're doing. Knowledge has increased. We got so many new techniques. We're putting them all together on what will work. And we're really working on ourselves and opening up our consciousness that we have access to. See, one thing, even though science is on this paradigm also of it, looking into consciousness, nobody can really explain it. They're going there, but they don't have a machine that can measure love. You understand? So this is the greatest science and technology that we have access to, which is the totality of our being. And even when you look at that word love in an English vernacular, it's an action word. It's the perpetual flow of energy. So you're just going with this flow now. Instead of going against the flow, you're going with the flow, because this is loving when you're breathing in and out, you're connected, and it don't let you go. You understand? We're in it. And everything we need comes to us at the right time.
So that is so beautiful, because what we can do, we can withdraw our focus and our energy from things that are low vibration. And we can redirect our energy in to high vibration. So I want to talk about a turtle for a second. I was reading some information about how turtles can live 150 to 300 years on the planet. And do you know they breathe 3 breaths for 1 minute? They're breathing 3 breaths for 1 minute. And humans, on average, are going to be breathing 25 to 30 breaths in 1 minute. So the rapid breathing sometimes knocks them out of that higher elevated conscious state.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you looked that up. That breath is so powerful. And that's one of the keys again, dealing with the breath, dealing with the energy flow. But see, as we talk about that breath, the average human, again, they just think we breathe with our nose, but you're breathing with your whole body.
Whole body.
Same with the breatharian knowledge. Most humans say, the only way I can get nutrition is through my mouth. No, you're feeding with your whole body. It's about the wholeness again, a holistic lifestyle. You see with your whole body. We do it all the time. We call it psychic abilities. You knew something was about to happen. You felt it. All of this stuff. So that's why this is so awesome. We can do it. We got it. This is the way we were born.
So let me just go back over what the programs are. The first program retreat, we still have a couple spaces left, is November the 11th. It's 11/11 Stargate Portal, okay? And that is until the 18th, okay? That's 7 days. Now, the next one, we're going to take 1 little week break, and then the next one is going to be starting on the 25th, the week of Thanksgiving, to give thanks for the light. And that will end on December the 1st. And that'll set you up to give yourself the biggest Christmas present ever, which is you. Give yourself back to yourself.
Absolutely. In the traditional Christmas tree, you're going to be that Christmas tree, fully lit up with the star at the top. That's what it's all about, with the gifts at the bottom. You'll be that Christmas tree. So you got your own self as your own Christmas present. And when New Year's come up, you know, the one in this system, you're starting out that way at a whole new level of thought. This is what you want to give to yourself. Once in your life, do something for yourself. I meet people all the time where they're got that mindset where they're sacrificing for everybody else, but they're not working on themselves. And I remember even myself, there was a time I was a minister in a church in another lifetime, and I was doing so much for everybody else, I was letting myself go down because that was the traditional way I thought how things were supposed to be. And it wasn't at all. Take back charge of you. When you take back charge of you and make you happy and seek the kingdom inside, then you'll be able to take care of everybody else. This is awesome.
That's the truth. And I have to share one of my dreams with you because you're in my dream, is I want to have a retreat center where breatharians can come, 35 weeks a year. I mean, 365 days a year, they can come and be able to tune in and tune out and be in a food-free, nurturing environment until they're complete. And then they can go back and interface. Because with some people, instead of going to a regular vacation or a regular Airbnb, they want to stay in a place where it's easy to do the transformational work and focus on the inner life, whether they're healing from a divorce, a disease, a loss of home, a change of job. I know a lot of people are changing jobs right now because the old jobs they outgrew and they're not sure.
Right.
So they're in the empty, I don't know space. This is a perfect thing for them right now.
Absolutely. And I'm so glad you brought that up. That is right in alignment with the revelation. For me personally, I've been traveling around the world to educate people on what is breatharianism, bringing it from myth to reality. But then somebody told me in India, well, Elitam, it's coming to the time when you don't have to travel no more. Right. Go establish a place and allow the people to come there. This is it. It's right on time. And perfect location out at the Sound Healing Temple, right there, out there in California, Los Angeles. All of that just makes so much sense. Now it's time for the people to establish this here on earth, where you will have a place where people are food free and you could come get that all year long, anytime you want. You understand? Yeah. So we can start developing and start growing. This is it.
Yes, and ultimately, the dream, like this could be the flagship right here, and you are welcome to live with me for the rest of my eternity. And then I'd like to have this replicated on the 7 continents so that people will be able to have different abilities on each continent to go to a breatharian lighthouse. All of these are lighthouses for humanity to illuminate their soul and illuminate their consciousness, because through the breatharian technology, you are receiving the highest ideas, not just for yourself, but to rewrite traditions, to rewrite society, to regenerate what we really can live as heaven on earth. Where we all have wings.
Absolutely. And see, the thing about this dream, we're already doing it.
Yeah.
You understand? We've been developing, working, growing, and we're here right now. So all the pieces are just coming together. That's why we're calling it this 11/11 Pranic Body Retreat. This is like historic. It's right here in the U.S. We're in the right location, right symbology of the time, the date. All of this is kicking in. We got the help from the higher forces bringing us together. Because again, we're bio-photon beings. Why would the creation want us to keep being on a lower vibration? It doesn't want to. So all these prophecies is coming to effect. The sun is dictating where humanity is going. On one level, they say is global warming, but it's going to warm up anyway. The sun is brighter, which is us.
And this is the thing, is that is our mirror. Our largest, highest emanation is the body of the sun, off-gassing photonic light, unconditional love. The sun doesn't shine for feedback. The sun doesn't shine for permission. The sun doesn't shine if it gets something out of it. It's just there to off-gas love. It's a big emanation of love. And when we open up our sun, our inner sun, our light bodies open, and then we have more than enough to feed people just by walking through. Even if you're silent, I feel your energy and you don't have to do anything. Ellie Tom, I get so lit up when I watch your videos. Everybody here, just subscribe to his channel. He's absolutely amazing. There's hundreds and hundreds of videos where every day it's like a little tiny burst of sunshine in your auric field.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about again. Sharing the happiness, sharing the hope, and giving people inspiration that they can do it too. It's just not looking at somebody else. And we all got to work together in order to grow. In other words, that's why we want to create these centers, because I need a place where people are like that also, so I can talk to myself. You understand? We're all one.
Yes. And listen, I think it was around 2012, I started getting all of these visions, okay? Because I'm a clairvoyant. I do intuitive readings at the Mystic Journey in Venice, California. And the intention was to turn my home into a temple and wait for the masters to arrive. And the inner master was preparing itself to receive the outer master. And now you're finally here. And I have the Sound Palace space. And this is what I have been intuitively guided to actually do, to hold space and have you stay here and have you teach here and take care of everything so that the people can come and receive the knowledge that the pharaohs knew. When the light got brighter every 26,000 years, it was time to upgrade and shift.
Absolutely. And this is no coincidence. I just got calls from people out in California saying, "Will you coming to California?" And I said, "I'll be out there in November." This just happened. So, I mean, like she's saying, try to get these positions now, these locations, because it's filling up fast. But again, we're going to keep on doing this perpetually. Yes. Because that's what love is about. That's what the continual flow is all about, perpetually. And as we change ourselves, we have the power to change the universe. We are the universe.
I so love that. And when you really feel that inside, internal projected expression, you can see yourself in a seagull. You can see yourself in a bumper sticker. Yesterday I was driving and I was saying a prayer because I had 2 Airbnb clients leave basically with no notice. And I was like, okay, that's totally what the universe wants. But I said, hey, you told me to turn this into a temple. I guess you're clearing out the house. So when Ilitam comes, we can just receive the people who actually want to live food-free on prana with our guided meditations in the morning. So this will be like a very perfect empty space just for us to live, to grow, to heal. I pull up behind a car and there's a bumper sticker and there's little warrior angels and they say, I got your back. I got your back.
Got your back all the way. We're here. We arrived. And this is wonderful once again. And not only just for us humans, everything is energy. And every animal has a brain. Everybody's developing. I was even at the park here. It was so funny that this goose, he was around me and a group of people, and he was like sitting there chatting with us, basically in his own language. Wasn't afraid, but he was taking part with us to where he was a person. A person is a program. We got to start looking at things differently.
We really do. So yesterday I took off from my work and I went and spent the whole day with, like, I don't know, 60 third graders at an apple orchard. And I was connecting to everything. I was connecting to my own inner third grader, and I had my angel wings. These are fairy wings, but I had my angel wings on, and I had my staff, and all the kids wanted to touch the staff, and I told them to make a wish that it was magic, and if they called to the universe, they could find their own magic wands. And then I talked to the apple trees, and I said, now, I don't want to pick the apple because it's not time yet, but if you'd like to give me one of your apples, may it fall to the ground. And of course, when I left the apple orchard, there was an apple there that fell to the ground, and I received it.
Absolutely. And even that apple is a ball of light. See how we look at things differently? The tree giving us gifts. Everything is alive in this universe. The ancients was telling us that, but this journey right now is changing our perception, changing the way we look at things, and you'll see it plain as day. The air's alive. It wants us to wake up. The water's alive. Everything is light.
I want to show you the apple. I went and got the apple from the altar. I put the apple on the altar. And I want to talk about this apple because I'm not going to eat this apple, but this apple represents the tree of knowledge. And it was forbidden to actually do the stuff that you're teaching. It was forbidden. And when you eat of the tree of knowledge, when you go into the pineal gland and you receive the higher light of oneness, the teachings of oneness, and you realize we're metastasizing out of our human consciousness into our angelic DNA to illuminate, then the tree of life blossoms through our body. So we have both trees, the tree of knowledge, wisdom, the tree of life, which is our kundalini expanding all the way up into the heavens.
Oh, absolutely. That's wonderful. See, here we go again. It all making sense, and we're on the right page. We're on the right track. And when you're on the right track in tune with the universe, everything flows. I love it.
I love you.
So we got to keep up the good work.
Aw, I appreciate you. I love you. I feel like I meditated and I created you into my reality. I'm excited that you're going to be staying here at the Sound Palace Temple, that we're going to start the very first Breatharian house in America. In America. We're making history.
Absolutely. In the world. Keep in mind, I traveled around. Nobody's going to beat this one. In the world. This is it. We're taking it to another level. All the way. I'm so excited. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Blessings and light. Once again, there's links below. We have an 11/11 portal starting. If you want to jump in, there's a couple spots left. We also did a second retreat on the 25th of November, all the week of the gratitude for Thanksgiving to December the 1st. And then we're just going to keep going into the flow. So we're receiving phone calls, we're receiving letters, people are texting in. Be the fruit of your own life. You know, I think the Master Jesus Christ said, you will know them by their fruits. And that's
right.
Tell us that. You will know them by their fruits, about their emanations that come off their body.
Absolutely. And that's what it's all about again. There's good, wholesome fruit that gives life. This is what we are, life-giving beings. And we're nourishing everything. We're being nourished by everything. The oneness consciousness is now here like never before. It's like wildfire catching on. All people are feeling it. It's not an argument because, again, we as humanity has went through the hard times, the trials, the pain, the suffering, and everybody is looking for that new change.
And this is a perfect time because it's fall and this is the harvest time. Can you harvest your own nature and your own soul? Can you harvest your new consciousness? Can you harvest your inner light and let go of the things that hold you down? Whatever's taking you down, let it go. It's time.
Absolutely. And this is it again. And see, it's sort of like back in the U.S. presidencies, they talk change and stuff like this. And the American people was looking at the politics to do it. But now we're learning we are the people. We make the change. Right. This is how we do it, from the inside out. I love this. This is the real revolution. The revolution of consciousness. The revolution of our perception. Thank you so much again.
The evolution of the fruits of our own labor. If you're going to have a baby and you're going to actually produce something new life, a new you, let's rebirth ourselves this fall, and let's really change the planet by changing our own inner light. I love you so much. Thank you for this beautiful time. Stay tuned again for next week. Any closing comments?
Well, once again, let's keep up the good work and keep moving forward. And let's keep cultivating this light and watch it grow, because it's guaranteed. The universe is user-friendly. Thank you so much again. Namaste.
Namaste. I love you so much. I'm going to virtually gift you this beautiful apple and the tree of life and the tree of knowledge and the tree of all that is good. Blessings and light, and we'll talk with you soon. Stay tuned.
All right, wonderful.
Okay, let's see here. Okay. Do you want to stop recording? Do you want?
I see it recording still.
It is? Okay, so let's see. We're going to stop. Thank you so much. We're going to do this up.